Box Up TV, get ready to rumble, rumble, rumble.
What's up, boxing fans? You're welcome to Box Up TV. If you are new to this channel, you are welcome. Kindly hit the subscription button and turn on the notification icon. If you are an old and a returning subscriber, I want to thank you very much for supporting the growth of this channel. This one I'm doing today is based on popular demand. There has been a lot of complaint about the video on Alexander Usyk and Joyce. Most of the complaints centered around the channel logo covering some part of that video, thereby obstructing some information there. And so I just want to own up and apologize for that. The channel is for you, and the logo of the channel ought not to obstruct viewers' pleasure. So that's why I'm here today to shoot that video again, but this time in a deeper manner, and we want to dissect the anatomy of that video and also look at the significance of the same. Why do we talk about Joyce Alexander Usyk fight? Why is it significant? In my last video where I talked about where we covered the opinion of Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, I said, has some right, some authority to submit his opinion regarding his prediction of Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua's fight, because he has been in the ring with Anthony Joshua and he can say one or two things about him because he must have felt his vibration. Much more important is Joyce, who has been in the ring with both fighters. And why are we talking about Joyce? Joyce, when a fighter when the fighter is anticipating a fight, he goes to look for a sparring mate that shares similar, close, or at best the same statistics with that fighter. So you have to spar with that fighter in order for you to adapt to the morphology of the fighter you want to fight. So why is I've mentioned one point why Joyce's fight is much more important than Andy Ruiz's fight. Joyce's fight, like I said earlier, Joyce has been in the ring with both fighters. Joyce as well shares similar body statistics with Anthony Joshua. When Joyce faced Alexander Usyk the first time, let's look at the body statistics. Usyk weighed 96.1 kg, while Joyce weighed 108.4 kg. And Usyk's height is 6.3 feet, and Joyce's height is 6.6 feet. Now we're looking at that difference. So the difference in the weight is 96.1 kg to 108.4 kg for Joyce. Now look at the height, 6.3 feet for Usyk and 6.6 feet for Joyce. Let's put Usyk aside now. Joyce side by side with Anthony Joshua. Joyce's weight, as at then, I don't care about now, when he fought Alexander Usyk, was 108.4 kg. And Anthony Joshua's weight, the last time we checked, was 109.3 kg. Isn't that so close? So close. Now let's look at the height. 6.6 feet for Joyce and 6.6 feet for Anthony Joshua. So isn't that interesting? So to a large extent, there is nothing new AJ is bringing on board for Usyk. The only thing I need to ask is if Anthony Joshua has been out with a southpaw fighter a couple of times. Because if you look at Usyk's resume, he has been head to head and toe to toe with orthodox. So orthodox is not new. One of my videos where I'm going to drop the link below, where I was talking about orthodox versus southpaw. In the population of fighters, orthodox outnumber southpaws. Nature is just partial in that regard. Southpaws are meant to experience orthodox much more. So orthodox is not a stranger to southpaw. But Southpaw could be a stranger, has a higher probability of being a stranger to orthodox. So Joshua is orthodox and Usyk is Southpaw. Usyk has seen orthodox all through the lower division. He cleared everything. Anthony Bellew was the last. He cleared the cabinet. He didn't run away like some other persons would run away and want to call themselves undefeated. Then he stepped up. So my question is, there is nothing actually new. The only new thing that could have been strange to Usyk regarding Joshua might be his nature, his morphology, his body statistics, which is not new here. So let's look at that fight. So the fight begins. Joyce has the power shots, but the question is, how does he land those power punches, those power shots, how he gets to land them? He has all the arsenals, he has all the equipment. Joyce right now in this fight is like a hunter with a barrel trying to shoot a bird in the air. Usyk dodges, he bobs. Both fighters are still technically observing each other. Usyk has evolved from a cat, an elusive cat, these days now into a lion. He's a big cat now. But we are looking at Usyk when he was a cat, relatively smaller cat. Look at Usyk's footwork. Look at his sophisticated defenses and head movement, and how he makes Joyce miss all those power shots. So if those power shots are unable to land, they are like wasted investment, I tell you. If they are not able to land well, then what is the point? Look at that counter, quick counter. He makes him miss and makes him pay again. Look at that. How do you like it? Top-notch footwork by Alexander Usyk. The guy in front of him right now is likened to Anthony Joshua, because look at that. Straight right to the head of Joyce. Usyk bobs, weaves, makes him miss once more. 2, 3, 4. It makes him pay. Counter to the left eye of Joyce. Swelling left eye. As you can notice, the left eye of Joyce progressively swelling. 1, 2, 3 to the body, to the head. Oh no! How do you like it? How do you like it? Yes, Joyce got him right there. A straight shot to the head of Usyk by Joyce. Oh no! That backs off the head of Joyce. Straight power shot to the head of Joyce by Usyk there. That's a very strong point. Usyk bobs and weaves. Gets him to the head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no. How do you like it? Makes him miss again and pay. Usyk bobs and weaves, gives him a distance. Look at Usyk lowering his guard and let him know, come on. That's what he's saying. Bring it on. He gives it to him. Straight shot to the head of Joyce. Usyk bounces like an athlete. Bobs, weaves, make him miss and pay again. Testing the range. Gets closer. Yes. You see what he's telling him right there? I'm the king of the jungle. Bring it on. They both cling. Both fighters cling. I think Joyce is just frustrated right now. Doesn't know what to do again, because I think he has done his best. Yes, A good connect there from Joyce to the head of Usyk. We come to the end of this round. Round again, a review to the body. Usyk goes to the body and to the head and to the body, to the head. God damn it. Mixture of Usyk's combination gives him that top-notch advantage. Look at that. How do you like it? So who got the power shot now? Alexander Usyk. Ukrainians are so glad and so happy, so proud of this guy. Now let's go. Usyk changes position, trying to determine the tempo of the game. Makes him miss. A technique which Usyk is adopting here is taking away the attention of his opponent from trying to outbox him to trying to chase him. So he makes you chase him, distracts you by making you chase him. Then an opening comes, then he just lands his shots. And he's been working all the way. What a disciplined fighter who sticks to instructions all the way to the end of the fight. Tight corner, Usyk lives there. The advantage of his footwork. When this cat bounces, you should know something terrible is coming up shortly. I think the defense of Alexander Usyk is top notch, and I think he's got an iron chin as well. Good combination. The only disadvantage he had in this fight was the lower weight, which he has done justice to. So I don't know what AJ needs to do. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What AJ needs to do in order to explore weaknesses of Alexander Usyk. Immediately after this fight, we're going to be listening to an interview and sampling the opinion of Joyce, the Juggernaut, to know what he has to say about this very fight, because he has been in the ring with both fighters and he has the authority to speak in terms of the prediction of the forthcoming rematch between Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua come 20th of August 2022. He bobs and weaves again. Joyce is being careful because I think he's getting exhausted. He's tired of, oh, what a big powered shot missing there. And I think a lot of energy has been lost from the body of Joyce. Look at Usyk telling him, I am the king. And they go on. Usyk displaying his classical elusiveness. He is quite elusive. You can't catch him. For a power punch to be effective, for a power shot to be effective, it has to land rightly, not at an angle. But Usyk gives you awkward angles to land your shot if you may, and he's got the steel chin to take it. Look at Usyk calling him on. He changes corner, bobs and weaves. I think we have come to the end of this fight. What an interesting fight. So my viewers, I think I've done justice to this. Finally, let me know what you think in the comment section below. From the statistics, from the morphometrics of Joyce that I just highlighted, we could see that to a large extent he steps in the shoes of Anthony Joshua, the ferocious Ukrainian who has displayed his technicality tonight and outclassed the Juggernaut, Alexander Usyk. Let's go straight to the interview of Joyce.
How would you compare being in the ring with both of them? How does it compare? Well, so Usyk, he was a very slippery opponent, and I was a bit like novice at the time. I hadn't really fought many southpaws or had southpaw sparring, but it was a tricky fight. He had good head movement. I could have used a double jab. That would have been better. Looking back, it's actually painful for me to look at that WSB bout. But you know, I've come a long way since then. But yeah, Usyk's got good head movement, footwork, and he, you know, does all these like juggling games and like equations and stuff. So he's, you know, his boxing brains are, you know, phenomenal, and he's had like over 350 amateur bouts, I believe. So yeah, it's, he's definitely got the skills, and he seems to be looking a lot bigger. So I'm excited to see what he brings this time round. This is obviously beaten AJ once before, and but for AJ, I think, you know, with where he made the adjustment with the Ruiz rematch. Okay, fair enough. Ruiz didn't like probably train properly for it, but I think this one's going to be more interesting, the rematch, and you know, with his new trainer Garcia, he's going to have a more like offensive style and do maybe what he should have done in the first fight, and come in with, you know, rough him up and be a lot more on the offensive. But hopefully he doesn't blow himself out with all that, and makes the relevant adjustments, and let's see if he can say 3 time.